Welcome back, fellow garden enthusiasts, excited to share top gardening tips for a thriving backyard oasis. Grab your gloves, let's dive in. So, without further ado, here's tip number one. Tip number one, it all starts with the soil. Cultivate well-draining, nutrient-rich soil with compost and organic matter. Now that we've prepped our soil, let's move on to tip number two. Next up, consider the sunlight and water requirements of your plants when deciding where to plant them. With our plants in their perfect spots, let's talk about watering. Now, let's talk watering. Deep, infrequent watering encourages robust root growth. Always water at the plant base, avoiding foliage to prevent disease. Speaking of moisture, let's move on to our next tip, mulching. Tip number 4, mulch, mulch, mulch. Mulching conserves moisture, suppresses weeds, and enriches soil. Now that our soil is protected, let's discuss pruning and deadheading. Don't forget about pruning and deadheading. Regular trims and removing spent blooms boost new growth, extending bloom times. With our plants looking their best, let's tackle the challenge of pests. Pests, every gardener's nemesis. Keep them at bay with integrated pest management. Use hand-picking, companion planting, and organic control. Now that we've got the pests under control, let's talk about feeding our plants. Tip number 7, fertilize wisely. Balanced fertilization prevents nutrient imbalances, safeguarding your plants. Opt for slow-release organic fertilizers. With our plants well fed, let's consider the impact of the seasons on our gardening tasks. Stay in tune with the seasons and adjust your gardening tasks accordingly. Each season brings unique needs for your green friends. Understanding the seasons is key, but so is understanding how plants can help each other. That brings us to our next tip. Consider companion planting to maximize your garden's potential. Certain plants thrive together, offering mutual pest protection, improved pollination, and enhanced nutrient uptake. As we continue to learn and grow in our gardening journey, let's not forget the importance of continuous learning and experimentation. And finally, never stop learning and experimenting in the garden. Embrace the journey, try new plants and techniques. And that brings us to the end of our gardening tips. Let's wrap things up. Well, there you have it. 10 expert gardening tips to help you create your own blooming paradise. Remember, love, care, knowledge make successful gardeners. Until next time, happy gardening.